Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at a classic HGUC kit. This is the Dom / Rick Dom because it does come with parts to make either version of the kit. While this did come out all the way back in 2006, it surprisingly holds up very well. Let's go ahead and check it out in today's review. Alright guys, starting off taking a look at the box art here for this one. I've always loved the design of this box art, how it shows both versions of the kit in a way that makes sense and that it's easy to tell the difference between the Dom and the Rick Dom, because just looking at the front of them, there's really not all that much noticeable difference other than the weapons that they primarily use. You really have to see the Rick Dom from the back, and at least from the bottom, to see the feet as well to be able to really tell the difference between the two of the designs. We've also got a different background there with the Rick Dom being in space, and then with the Dom in the foreground here you can see some kind of trees in the background, so you can see that's the grounds type. And looking down at the date here, you can see this kit came out originally in 2006, this kit being number 59 in the HGUC line. On the bottom of the box we've got a look at some of the weapons and gimmicks of this. You can move the mono eye around, you got some different hand parts included, some nice details there, you got some information in Japanese, and then some images over here talking about the differences between the two versions, the difference in the feet, the backpack, the weaponry there. And on the bottom of the box, painted samples here of the Dom and the Rick Dom, and a couple more images there showing some of the posability of that, it looks like. As we open it up, and before we open it up, notice that on the bottom of the bottom box, we got some more stuff advertising some different HGUC kits there, which is pretty cool. You don't often see that. And inside here, we'll take a look at all the runners in just a moment. Just want to first take a peek here at the instruction manual. In typical HGUC fashion, we've got some information over here on the side, and then a nice big reference image of the painted kit there in the middle. On the back side, some more reference images there, again showing the posability of that, and your color guides down there at the bottom. On the inside, loads more information and some more photographs of the kit. Lots of really cool stuff in here, but that should tell you that the actual construction on the inside of this should be pretty short. So there's your parts list, and you basically got 1, 2, 3 pages of construction, so it's not going to be a terribly complicated build. Being a pretty early HGUC kit, that shouldn't come as a surprise. We do have a couple of foil stickers here, basically just for cameras, 3 in pink, and then 1 there for the chest, I believe, that one in yellow. We got PC116 for our polycap runner here in gray. The A runner is going to be mostly in purple with some clear parts, red parts, and 1 light yellow part there as well. Runner B is going to be all of our joint parts, internal frame, detail type parts, including the parts there for the bottom of the feet. Of course, this is going to be in a bluish gray color. Runner C is some more pieces here in purple. Runner D is going to be all of our black pieces here for the kit. And then runner E is once again going to be in that bluish gray color here for its weapons pieces, and some more pieces there for the main body of the kit. Alright guys, here it is all built up. Now obviously it's going to be, pretty simple with it being just a simple design originally. I mean, if they were to detail this up, they would be taking some creative liberties, basically adding a lot of detail to a design that just generally doesn't have a lot of detail. And then plus the fact that it's an older HGUC kit, so I mean obviously that's another reason why it's not going to be too much detail on the outside. But with this being an older HG, that also means that there's not too much going on the inside either, so the articulation you can expect for this one probably not going to be the best, but let's go ahead and take a look and see what it's got. So here for the head, you've got a slight bit of movement here side to side and up and down that really kind of feels more like I'm just kind of lifting the helmet off, but I guess it is a little bit of up and down movement there. You can remove this part here on the front and then move the mono eye. That can move either up and down or side to side along its track there. And pretty easy to pop that front piece off in order to change the position of the mono eye, so that's nice. Also nice that these shoulder pieces are a single piece and you don't have a seam line down the middle of that, so that's good. You will have a mold line though, so you will just have to sand that a little bit just to get that cleaned up. But the shoulder will swing out to the front like so. Upward, you can bring the arm all the way up to there, which is actually pretty good. It's much more than 90 degrees at least. The arm is going to rotate there at the bicep, and a single joint is really only going to give you about 90 degrees bend at the elbow, so that could be better, but at least the arm and shoulder don't have any seam lines anywhere except for this one right there on the top of the arm. But really nice how you have this red piece that goes up inside the shoulder. Again, that's a really cool detail. You have some pretty nice forward and back bend here at the torso section. Again, for a 2006 HG, that's not too bad at all. Rotation though is gonna be pretty much non-existent, so you don't really have any articulation here at the waist section there, unfortunately. The front skirts can move up and down a little bit there, allowing you to bring the leg up pretty well. If you bend the knee, you can bring that up a little bit farther. The knee bend, while we're on the subject, is going to be like the elbow, where it gives you about 90 degrees, but again, just because of the bulk of the design, that kind of makes sense. The side skirt isn't really going to move much at all, which is going to limit your articulation of the legs out to the side, but again, that's probably about as far as you would ever want it to go anyway, so that works pretty well. Around here on the back skirt, that doesn't move, but underneath the back skirt, you got some really nice detail with those thrusters there. Also up underneath the back of the bell bottoms as well. The legs are just on a ball and socket joint there at the hips, so you're going to have a little bit of rotation there at the top, and then as you've seen, basically some pretty decent articulation to the sides and to the front, of about as much as you would want really. And here at the ankles, it's actually not too bad either, with some movement here side to side, forward to there, back to there. Again, it's going to be about as much as you could possibly get just based on the design of this up underneath the feet. Some nice detail there, and that transitions nicely into what I want to cover next, which is what are the difference between the Dom and the Rick Dom. So these are the Dom feet, and this is how I've built it up as just the standard Dom, but the Rick Dom feet look like that for a comparison for you guys. The back skirt also going to be slightly different, with the Rick Dom having the addition of two tiny little verniers there, and the back skirt being a little bit more pointed on the Rick Dom, where the standard Dom is just kind of a little bit more rounded here at the bottom. And the backpack of the Rick Dom also going to have some more thruster power, again with it being the space type. You've got kind of larger backpack parts here with the larger thruster bells compared to just these tiny little little vernier details there. The weapons, of course, we've got the heat saber stored right here in the backpack, which is very nice, and that can be held in either of the two regular holding hands there. Our other hand option part's just going to be the open hand for the left side and the trigger finger hand for the right side. And that's for holding either just the standard giant bazooka here, which is used for the regular Dom. The camera on this does not move, but this forward handle does move a little bit side to side. The main handle does move up and down, which will give you some better range to be able to hold that up over the shoulder. And this front bit right here does move as well. You have a clear part that goes in there for the camera and a sticker for that. I've not put that in yet just because of the fact that that clear part is going to be difficult to get out once you put it in there, so I would wait until the kit is painted or whatever if you plan on doing that to put that clear piece in there. And then you have the beam bazooka, of course, here for the Rick Dom. This is my preferred weapon just because I love the design of the beam bazooka. It's very cool. You also have a clear piece and a sticker for this, which I've just left out temporarily. Seam lines like crazy on this because it's a big gun and it has just basically two big halves. But the handle does the same thing where that moves forward and back. Other than that, nothing else moves on this. It's just basically two pieces and then a couple of pieces added on there. Last thing here, up underneath the skirt, if you remove this cap, there you go, you've got a poly cap, which will allow you to plug this onto any standard 3mm peg action base. So there you have it, guys. I don't know if it's just because of the design of the Dom lends itself well to be translated into model kit form pretty well, because even though this HG is pretty old, I think it stands up very well still to this day. And the same thing goes for the Master Grade. Even though the original Master Grade is quite old, I think that also still stands up quite well. Fortunately, now we have the 1.5 version of the Master Grade. Either the Dom or the Rick Dom are available. Those are definitely the superior versions, but the 1.0 version of the Master Grade Dom also still pretty nice. So really just kind of whatever version of the Dom model kit you want to get, you're gonna have a pretty good time. There are maybe a couple of small tweaks that could be made to give you a better experience with the model kit overall, but basically it gives you everything that you could expect for the Dom. And the fact that you have the parts in here to make this as either the Dom or the Rick Dom is pretty nice, considering it's basically just a couple of parts that are different, really not all that much different. And as far as the main weapon goes, you can use one and then the other one you've got for kit bashing purposes, which is awesome. As because whether you want to use the beam bazooka or the standard giant bazooka, they're both pretty awesome weapons that would be really great for kit bashing with a different kit, whichever one you end up not using with this kit. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the review. If you want to check out some HG kits like this at USA Gundam Store, the link will be down in the video description below. You can check out all the selection there. HGN and other grades there, of course, Master Grade, RG, everything else. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Which version do you prefer, the Dom or the Rick Dom? They're so similar, but I guess for me it would just have to be the Rick Dom. It's basically for the little bit larger backpack and then for that big massive beam bazooka. But anyway, guys, if you'd like to like the video or subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.